Welcome back, Bravehearts, to the Doc of Detox show. Today's show is Natural Health Q&A, okay? This is the New World Health Q&A, and understand something. Today, you can come on Facebook, you can come on YouTube, put your questions in, we're going to answer them, okay? I've got the Facebook here that we can take a look at and keep on top of that. We'll have YouTube up on the screen here, but you can also come on Zoom. Is it in the chat, guys? Is it in the chat? Okay, can I have the number, please? Okay. All right. Anyway, so what we're going to be doing today, I'm here with Holly. Hey,
Hello,
Holly.
everybody.
And
Hello,
Holly,
dear.
you're from where?
Alabama.
Alabama. Sweet Alabama.
It absolutely is.
Yeah. Anyway, so Holly's here with her family, and you've been here for a few months, right?
Since September.
Yeah, since September. So what do you think?
It's amazing. It's the most beautiful place, the most beautiful energy I've ever lived in my life.
Yeah, it's not so bad, eh?
No.
Yeah, the people here are beautiful, aren't they?
They really are.
Yeah, it's very calm and serene.
It is, Daryl.
You know, it's the funniest thing. We'll get into the health thing in a minute, everybody, but it's the funniest thing where people go, well, what about the cartel and all the robberies and the poverty? Mm-hmm. How's that looking to you?
None. There's no aggression at all. These people are the most beautiful people in the world, and I have a 3-year-old here, and I have 7 daughters and 1 wonderful son, and we're doing this. This is a great place.
Yeah. And tell them what you've got on your mind.
Well, I have a lot on my mind most of the days, but
oops.
But what we're thinking about mainly today is just really hitting this course and getting our mentality correct and living the dream, because we can do this. You just got to...
She wants to get her woman-tality.
That's right. We're starting a new woman-tality.
Yeah, 5,000 years ago, men tried to sneak into everything, you know?
Absolutely.
And they said, look, we got to take women's power and put it down. They did that with religion and government, so it was a team effort. Okay.
Yes.
But the reality is that women are going to take their power back, aren't they?
Yes, they really are.
They're going to teach men how to become more feminine so that they're not destructors but creators.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So you're going to be taking the March 5th New World Practitioner course, right?
Absolutely. I'm so excited.
And you know what? And here's the deal, okay? She knows so much about health already. And that's the God's truth. And she already is a really great practitioner. But the reality is what we want is we want to create strategy in our life and want to create a formula that's going to give us the success that we deserve. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what we do is we we do it.
That's right.
We give every practitioner or somebody, even if they're not a practitioner, you don't need to be a practitioner. You just, if you have always wanted to be one, we'll give you a strategy, won't we? Do we give a strategy before they leave?
The best strategy you can get today.
Yeah.
The best. Absolutely.
It is. We're going to get you emotionally in alignment with what you really are. What you really are. Not what I am, not what Holly is.
That's right. Your authentic self.
That's right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create strategies for you that you can mind your own business. Otherwise, be the best body worker, be the best nutritional care worker, emotional worker, and we'll look after your website for you. We'll actually build your website for you. I'll give you my whole library. You can take all my work and take my name off it if you want. You can rewrite it and pretend it's yours. The reality is this. We need to come together and work together. And you need to jump on my coattails. You know, I've got over 40 years experience. You need to take that and make it your own. And that's what I tell everyone. Come learn. If you're not a practitioner already, then come and learn what we teach you in our Whole Life Coach course, and then learn what we teach you in the New World Practitioner course. And then you don't need to be a practitioner, because you've been here, Holly. 30 to 40% of the people don't even want to be practitioners, do they?
They do not.
No, they want to come in, and what do they want to do? They want to help themselves and their family.
Yes, their family.
And their families, and that's it. So what we're going to try to tell you, and that it'll be very hard to get in here, okay? Mm-hmm. But guess what? Nobody's going to cure you.
Nope.
Nobody's going to heal you.
You are your light.
You know, they might heal you temporarily because they've put their energy into you and they put their confidence into you. But did your confidence change? You know, you have to understand something. The mind that got you sick isn't the mind that's going to get you well. The mind that got you into trouble is going to get you out of trouble. And the reality is if you think you can come and visit a practitioner and you're going to have an amazing healing that's going to last for a lifetime, wow, do you have your head somewhere where you shouldn't have it? What do you think, Holly?
It's the God's truth.
Oh, yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, yeah. So the reality is most, well, I should say almost all of the practitioners that come to me that have been practitioners even 30 and 40 years, they come here and there's a little bit of reprogramming going on, isn't there?
Full force.
Yeah, full force. Because you're taught that you're the healer. You're not the healer. You know, do you heal? You help people heal themselves. Will it last? No, it won't. As soon as you go away from them, it's not going to last unless you are training them and not treating them.
That's right.
And if you're in business long enough, you're mistreating everybody. Because if you're only treating, you're mistreating. If you're treating to train, then you're going to help them get off the pain train.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you had a very successful business, didn't you?
Yes, I do, as well, still.
Still do, in Alabama. What's it called?
It's called Restore Holistic Health Spa. It's a beautiful spa in Coleman, Alabama.
Coleman, Alabama.
Yes.
How big is Coleman, Alabama?
It's not the biggest town. It's in between two large cities, so a lot of people have been migrating there to get out of Birmingham or Huntsville, but it is a beautiful, beautiful town. A lot of great people there.
Isn't it kind of funny how we all wanted to go to the big city because that's where all the opportunity was? We got sucker punched.
Yes.
And now we realize that it's nature. Nature loves us, care for us. It'll heal us. And if you don't want to get harvested, make it hard for them to pick you off the tree. Try to be at the top of the tree. So that's what you would do, is you'd move out into the country. Because the thing is about being the psycho elite is you're lazy, okay? And you always get someone else to do your work, okay? And the reality is that they're not going to go a long way to pick the high fruit. They're going to pick the low-hanging fruit first.
Absolutely. It's true. It's so sad. It is sad.
Yeah. The fruit that has an X on it.
That's right.
Okay. The fruit that has
no vibration.
Has bruises on it.
That's
the
right.
fruit that has already fallen.
Yes.
Right. It's easy to get the fruit that's fallen.
Easy pickings.
Yeah. Nobody else wants it, and they don't even want themselves. That's why they've fallen.
That's the key.
And you know what? The thing is all people are beautiful.
They really are.
Yeah, but their thoughts aren't.
Their thoughts are absolutely not. They're not.
Because they're not their thoughts.
They're right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you say that you did raising your children?
Oh, not a good job at all.
Well, I think you did a wonderful job.
Well, I'm thankful for the opportunity to have that amount of children.
They're beautiful children.
Yes, but I just think I could do a lot better. I think there is a better way.
We could all do a lot better. See, and there's the thing, right? I wasn't trying to set her up because here's the deal. There's no way that you are going to be good enough for yourself when you get here. You know, because they say that we're fallen angels, but we're not. Mm-hmm. What has really happened is that they knocked us down. You know, as soon as you're in the womb, you're on your way to the tomb. Because the reality is your mommy doesn't even know how to eat or treat or love herself.
Not even think right.
The reality is you're grown. The baby's being grown right in the middle of usually a sewer dump.
Yep.
Okay, and
it's
that's
true.
On an emotional and physical level, and it's not because women are stupid.
No.
They've been programmed to be toxic, just like men.
Yep.
And then the problem is that when you had your first child, did you know how to eat?
Oh, absolutely not. No.
Did you know how to love yourself?
No.
No. Did you know how to love your children?
No.
Either did I.
Oh, yay. I'm not alone.
No, you're not alone.
I have 12 children, just so y'all know. I have 12 babies.
Well, guess what? You know what? You've had more practice than me. You should have got it right.
I should have. I'm doing it right now. I'm getting this right.
Is it 13? To be the right one?
Oh, God, Daryl. Oh, God, Daryl. I think I'm maybe past that point, but I'm working on the 3-year-old. I can start there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We can.
Yes.
You know what? We can just start anew today.
That's right.
Okay?
Every day's a new day.
Okay. Hey, you know what? She was just born today if you changed your thoughts.
That's right.
Right?
Change them.
You know, because here's the deal. Isn't it the craziest thing? And nobody told us that when our kids started to walk and talk and they were misbehaving, they were just acting like us.
That's
and
right.
then we gave them a little smack. We put them in the room. We threatened them. Okay? We took away our unconditional love. And they were just trying to mirror us and say, Mommy and Daddy, you're a little messed up. And I'm going to I'm going to look like you, act like you, talk like you, walk like you. And guess what? I'm willing to be sacrificed here. Hopefully you'll wake up. But do we?
We're waking up.
We're hopefully hell.
I'm waking up.
Hell, we do.
We got to. It's about the children.
It is about the children.
It starts with the parent. It
Well,
really
yeah,
starts.
I know.
If you're the light, then the child will be a light as well.
That's why everybody says to me, oh my God, if you could just do a show for children, we could save the children. And I'm going, yeah. Are you kidding? Why do they call it adulterated?
Yes.
Okay? Because the parents are adulterated. They're toxic, right? And you know, the part I really love is we need to show our parents respect. Well, how can we do that? Our parents don't even respect themselves.
They do not.
No. And it's not their fault. We've never been taught to respect
No,
ourselves.
it's the program.
Yeah,
You're
we don't
running the
deserve it.
program from
Yeah.
your parents, your grandparents, and you've got to change the program.
Yeah, I know. So anyways, what Zoom, guys? Is it up?
Yeah, it should be over on your side.
Well, it should
There are
be.
2 people entered the waiting room.
Okay, so let's let them in, please.
Okay, you can control your mouse to the
Well, okay, but where are they here? Okay.
It's right here on the
Entered.
corner.
They entered, so they're in. Aren't
View. Do the view.
they? Are they in? Start video. Okay, what does that mean? Okay. You guys need to help me here.
Yeah,
Where's Gad
Gad.
going? Oh, he's gone. That's great.
It's just great.
Okay, so you.
There we go. There
So
they are.
Admit. Okay.
Yeah, we
All
got
right,
it.
so they're both
Penny.
in. All right, so if anybody wants to come on Zoom and ask questions, or if anybody is on, where's the questions for Facebook and YouTube?
I got the chat up over here.
No.
Hey, Penny.
Well, okay, but where's, no, you don't, no, that's not the chat. That's my script. I need to have the questions that come in off of YouTube and the questions that come off of Facebook. Okay?
See it coming over here?
Oh, get it all the way then. Bring it all the way. There
Yay,
it is.
there it is.
Okay, thank you. And bring it up higher and bring it just over top of the screen here, okay? Hang in there, everyone, but he's doing a great job. He's new,
Yep.
Okay.
right?
We'll have to bring your mouse back over.
I got it. Okay.
He's
here
got
we
it.
go.
Here we go.
Okay, so
Perfect.
here we go. All right, so let's see if we got some questions here. Come on, let's have some live people out there today. That would be really great. Because you know what? Sometimes I really don't like just getting on here and just talking and talking and talking. And then people are going, well, he just shut up. Okay, Helen Stone, can you talk about dementia? I'm working with an older woman who is struggling to walk. Let me just say something about dementia, and then you're not going to really like this, some people. But did anybody notice how women get dementia a lot more than men do? Men lose their hearing, and women get dementia. And that's because men don't want to hear their women, because their women are trying to get them to care and to listen more, but men don't want to listen. They think that life is just one big straight line. Problem? Answer. Women go, well, let's talk about it and think about it. And they're going, oh my God. Honey, are you sleeping? Oh gosh, when can I ever talk to that man? Okay, so the reality is believe it or not, everything happens emotional in the invisible first. And believe it or not, most women, they lose their mind because they're trying to forget about the relationship that they're in, because they're not being listened to. Oh, tell me that women are honored and respected for the work that they do in keeping the planet going. Okay, they're stronger, they live longer, they birth the babies. Seriously. Okay, they're disrespected and dishonored. And if I was a woman, I'd get dementia yesterday. Okay, because you know what? To be a woman, you know, I don't even want to get into it. But here's the deal. Yes, there's other factors like heavy metals, fungal problems, dehydration. And let me just say this. I will talk about the rest here in a second. First of all, let's talk about it on a physical form. First of all, the best way to burn your brain is what? Is to set it afire. So how do you set the brain afire? Well, guess what? Does anybody know that anybody that has dementia had for years prior to that? Depression. Now, why did they have depression? Well, because for years and years prior to that, they ran a program called anxiety, called
Definitely.
false evidence appearing real, fear, especially women. I got to be on my guard. When you go to school, I worry. You know, I don't want you to get raped if you're going to that party. You know, I worry about you all the way home from school. Kidnappers, okay? Make sure you eat right. Make sure you look after yourself. because women have this instinctive caring. I'd want to lose my mind too after a while, okay? Where are the men in this picture? Okay, I'll leave that alone. Okay, here's the deal. So now, because guess what? Every situation, whether it's an a mental one or a physical one, is all triggered by emotion. So I'm going to make it really quick. Imagination. If you imagine that there's a tiger coming after you all the time, then guess what? You will have the same chemical and hormonal responses as if there's a tiger or no tiger. So you better get that. So think about it. How often are you totally at peace with yourself and you feel that you're safe in the world? Anybody who's listening and knows this woman will know that she has always had anxiety and has felt stressed and not peace in the world. Okay? And that's the God's truth. All right?
Make sure the Zoom is up, Kat.
Okay? Now, here's what happens. So, every time that you get stressed out, every time that you get stressed out, what do?
Burn.
You put yourself in a fight, flight, fright mode.
Yeah.
So what does that do? Well, every time that you dramatize, whether it's real or not real, and understand something right now. We are going to get to the dementia, but guess what? This is real learning. Oh, well, for dementia, you would take 3 of these and 4 of those and then call me in the morning. Are you like out of your skull? Seriously? Okay, so now, the fright, fight, flight, all the energy goes into the arms and legs. Even if you're just sitting on the computer and you're going, even if you're on the phone and sitting there going, okay, even if you're in bed going, hairable. So, understand every time that you go and make up the story and you keep retelling the story, whatever you feed gets better. If you tell a story, a hero story, then it's going to be a hero story. If you tell a victim story, you're going to become a victim. So understand, every time that you go into what we would call a fear, because guess what? Fear is not real, danger is. Okay,
Yes.
Let's ask this beautiful lady here. So in the last week, how many times do you think you went into fight, fright, flight, fear mode? Honestly.
Honestly.
And then I'll tell you statistically.
Yep. I know at least, and I'm going to do a low number here because I've been working on my breathing, and I've been working on myself. So I would say about 10 times. But I want to say something because do you remember our conversation in September when me and Rebecca left? You don't have to remember. I'm going to tell you.
I have dementia.
No, it's good. As I said, I'm an adrenaline addict. I wasn't. I was an anxiety, fear addict.
Oh, no,
I was
no.
addicted to
But
it.
hold on. She just said the same thing. Because the end result was she wanted to get high.
Yes.
So she wasn't getting high on love because you can't get high on love all day unless it's a self-serve job.
That's right.
So if you don't love yourself, right, you're not going to get high. What? What about it? Okay, well.
We admit all.
Admit all. Okay. They're admitted. Okay, all right.
Hey, there's somebody.
Okay, so now, let me get back to this before I was rudely interrupted by that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you.
All right. So she said she was an adrenaline addict, but she said that she was an anxiety addict.
That's right.
But guess what? No, you want the end result. You know what? If you want energy, okay, and you don't know how to get it, there's only 2 ways of getting energy. By getting the dose, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, by doing lovely, beautiful things for yourself. Boom. Okay, so if you don't do that, okay, if you don't do it that way, if you do not do it that way and do a self-serve loving job for yourself, you still want to get high. Don't tell me you don't get high on adrenaline, because you do.
Yes.
So, but the problem is, with adrenaline, you don't want to keep on unleashing that because that is acidity. Okay?
Yes. And you burn. Get burn.
There's 2 systems in the human body. The immune system and the adrenals.
That's right.
So the immune system only functions on love. Isn't that something? The immune system only functions on love, and when you're loving yourself, you're dumping dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. That's the dose. And when you're not loving yourself, when you're fearing your life, okay, whether it's real or unreal, but it's only real if you're in danger. So you said in the last, what, how long? A week? 10 times?
Oh, yeah.
Here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so how many of those times were real danger?
0.
Okay. All right. So the reality is, if she hadn't felt fear at all in that week, that means she nailed it. That means she nailed the self-care and self-love. But how are you going to do that when men don't buy into this? And how are you going to do it, you selfish woman? You know what? You're there loving yourself when you should be looking after the 12 children and me.
I'm going to nail it. Got this.
And how do you nail it? Honey, I love you. My love will never change for you. But do you think that maybe I could just try loving myself unconditionally, totally before I die? Because guess what? Dr. Wolf said it's going to take 10,000 times practice just to nail that thing. So do you think you could just leave me alone? Because I love you anyway.
Yes.
Okay, so every time that you had that fear, okay, the blood, okay, first of all, as soon as she had the fear, okay, because first before she had the fear, what did she have? She has an imagination. Her imagination, okay, created what? An image. The image created a thought. The thought created an emotion, and the emotion created a frequency, and the frequency triggered the brain and said, dump adrenaline and cortisol and histamine. And then she dumped it 10 times. Now you know that you can, oh, I'm so angry, or
yes.
And did you know that you could actually dump the hack, which is histamine, adrenaline, and cortisol, and that if you were to go 3, 2, 1, I got this.
Oh yeah.
You could turn anxiety into excitement.
Yes, that's the goal.
Now, if you turned anxiety into excitement, now you've used that rocket fuel
positively
to bring your vibration up. You can do this. And if you don't do it, even if you're just sitting there, even if you're just sleeping there, even if you're just on the computer, even if you're just on the phone, and you don't put a smile on your face, okay, you don't connect to your lion heart breathing and connect to the source energy and then go into excitement instead of anxiety, you just created an acidic situation. You ate up the oxygen, ate up the minerals, and now you just created mutated cells and cancer cells. Everybody runs cancer cells. Yeah. But now, how many cancer cells do you run? Every time that you feel fear, every time you dump hack, which is histamine, adrenaline, and cortisol. And remember something, every time that you have fear, hello, can I help you? Hello?
People on the Zoom can get on from their emails.
They can't what?
Can you add someone?
Can you please go talk to them over there? You can go ahead.
Thank you, Violet.
Okay. So understand this, you didn't think this was real life show? Can you tell? First I got my juice. Right. Now I got Violetta. The Russians
awesome.
are coming.
To Russia with love.
Okay, so when you get fearful, guess what you do? You shut down all conscious thought. It goes back into your subconscious, and then all you do is come from fear. When that happens, then what do? You drive all of the blood from your core.
All your organs.
Yeah, all your organs, your core, where everything beautiful happens, where healing happens. Now, you're not healing anymore. Can you guys just whisper?
Yeah.
Whisper.
It
Violet.
goes into your extremities.
Violet, whisper, sweetie, please. Okay, so Russians,
Gotta love
I
them.
hear that they're threatening us again.
No.
It's
not true.
No? Oh, okay, all right.
It's not true.
I feel threatened by her.
No.
I think I actually feel a bit of anxiety rush.
No, she's amazing.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So anyway, so now this is going to drive all that blood into your arms and legs. But guess what? If it wasn't a real tiger, if it wasn't real danger, you're not running. So now all that acid is going to sit in your arms and legs, and now you've got what? Exhaustion.
Yes.
You just burnt your brain. Okay, so believe it or not, here's the deal. So don't drink water. Don't eat high vibrational foods. Don't hang around with high vibrational people. Don't have vibrational thoughts. And continually keep running the same anxiety program. And don't drink structured water and enough of it and high vibrational foods. And you will burn this. It'll become a piece of beef jerky. That's what happens. And guess what? All of that adrenaline, cortisol, and histamine that you decided to dump because you had only 3 minutes to run and get up the tree from the tiger. Okay, 3 minutes. That's all adrenaline's good for, and it's over. But run that. Okay, here. Did you know this? 75 years ago, people used to have an actual fearful, stressful, trauma moment 3 times a month.
That's insane.
Okay.
What is it now?
Before
What is it?
Before the C thing happened, 17 times a day. Right now, 120 times a day. Now, I don't care if you believe me or not. You know what? I don't really care because I don't expect the majority of the population to believe me because the majority of the population doesn't believe in themselves. The majority of the population has learned everything off of the TV and from a guy named Fauci or something. I
don't know.
Who is that guy?
I don't know.
I don't know. But anyways, here's the deal. People don't understand that, guess what? You better look for the love drug because it'll never harm you. It'll heal you. And if it's a self-serve thing, then you can do it anytime you want. You don't have to wait for your husband, your wife, or your children to say they love you or to hug you or to kiss you or say, Mommy, thank you for that sandwich. Isn't that what you were doing all your life?
All of my life.
God, if I could just have enough children and they were all hugging me and kissing me, maybe it would fill up my heart enough and I could heal myself.
Let's have another. That was what it was. It has to stop.
Hey, don't talk to me about that.
Don't
talk to your husband.
That's right.
Okay, all right.
That's fine.
Okay, so listen, here's the deal. That's why you've got arthritis.
Or dementia.
That's why you've got
anything.
colitis. That's why you've got joint problems, muscle problems. That's why you got scar tissue issues. That's why you got osteoporosis, osteopenia. That's why you can't breathe properly because of anxiety. Okay, so just understand that. And you know, people that are in business and really good at business, do you know what they say? I do not have any fear. They're just stressed. But guess what stress is?
Fear.
It's fear.
It is.
Yes, it's fear. So the reality is, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. And you're not going to like this either. Okay? So something happened here today. Okay? We have a lady today, and she's here at the resort. And she flipped her lid. And so she wants to flip her lid to everyone because she realizes that she's never, ever loved herself or gotten the love that she deserves from her family. So she's going to lose herself for a while. And Holly, you correct me if you think I'm wrong. And guess what? I've been told probably about, I don't know, maybe 15 times without exaggerating about this lady. Okay? And I'm telling everyone, mind your own business. Let her lose herself. Maybe she'll find herself. Right now, people need to leave her because whenever she feels she's not getting the love in her life, she loses herself. Everybody's running a program. This is not a dangerous program, so we're not going to get involved.
That's right.
Okay. So if it was a dangerous program, we would intervene because we don't want anybody hurting themselves. But
That's right.
The reality is how many people here have bought into her program, even you, Holly.
Yes.
Everybody has to come tell Dr. Wolf. Dr. Wolf, can you please help fix the world? I can't fix the world. So the reality is if you don't want to take a look at your personality, if you don't want to erase and replace belief systems inside of you, you'll get dementia. You'll get depressed. But first, what you're going to do is you're going to have tons of anxiety because you're not going to turn it into excitement because you have, dementia is caused because I believe that the brain was manipulated.
Yep.
And 90% of the brain is the subconscious when it should have been 90% of your brain is conscious mind and 10% is subconscious so that you could change your thought patterns easier. Who did that? I don't think it was that source creator that created everything, to tell you the truth. But so the subconscious, it houses prominent dominant beliefs. And I'll tell you, whether you want to believe this or not, my most prominent dominant beliefs, I'm going to mind my own business. Do I prove that to
Absolutely.
you every day?
Every day.
Okay, do I walk around smiling no matter how much I got going on? And if you walked with me, I do the job of 10 people, but I enjoy it because I don't take it personal. I don't need people's approval. I don't care about the trauma. Mm-hmm. I want to hear about how you want to know a solution. Mm-hmm. If this lady doesn't want a solution, then let's just let her swim in the pollution for a while.
Absolutely.
Okay, let her roll around in it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so did you ever get in your life where you were so down and out that you just were in there hurting yourself on an emotional and physical level?
Absolutely.
So what do you think she's doing?
She's just...
It's 3:15 and it's time.
To terrorize.
So what am I supposed to do?
Nothing, us.
Okay.
Let her do it.
Because she's still safe.
That's right.
Okay, all right. But she's yelling out to the world, I don't have the love I need. And that's all she's doing.
Yeah.
So when she's ready to talk, all right, okay. So you do know that I approached her because I was called at 7:15 this morning.
Yes.
So I went down and I approached her. And what did she say? She said in the full word, F you,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going for ice cream.
Okay.
And I said, enjoy your ice cream.
I saw her as she was exiting the palace, but I
So-
told her she was doing great. Just go on and get about your day.
Okay.
Do your
So-
day.
So let's understand something. We've all been taught we're not enough. We've all been taught that we're not good enough, we're not smart enough. So we're always looking for things that are more broken than us. So if we could just find something more broken than us, and then we could fix it, wow, couldn't we prove everybody wrong? What?
Been there, done that.
Okay.
I'm kind of done with that right
Okay.
now. I got to work on myself.
I'm just trying to
It's
put
like a
some
little,
sanity to
yeah,
this
I
conversation.
appreciate it. It's looking good.
Okay, it's looking good. Okay, so anyway, so now let's keep going with our little story. So we're talking about dementia, and I swear we'll get there. And guess what? One question. See how the rabbit hole goes?
Yep.
Because guess what, guys? You have no idea. They have strategized for thousands of years, and everybody on this planet is a slave. Now, I understand the rules. I get it. Okay, everybody wants to give away most of their money to the government, that wants to give the money back to the elite and wants to waste it. That's cool. I'm okay with that now. I'm not upset. Because majority rules, that's why we have the government we do, that's why we have the health care we do. Okay?
That's true.
So I'm okay with that. Because I know that long as I look after how I think, drink, eat, and love myself and everyone else is the only thing that matters. And I have everything I want. When you don't think that you have everything you want and you feel that you can't get it, that's enough to drive you crazy.
It really is.
So let's talk about anxiety. The more you have anxiety, the more you heat up your brain. Tell me your brain doesn't feel like it's going to heat up and it's on fire. Why do they call it inflammation? Because it's inflame. Your brain's on fire. When your brain's on fire, you are dehydrating it. And guess what? Every time that you feel in your mouth that clicking,
Oh, yeah.
or that dryness, or that metallic, or that burning, you need water. But you wouldn't have had that heavy metal, toxic, burning taste in your mouth if it wasn't for the anxiety that you created for yourself because of the fear, which is false evidence appearing real, because you weren't really in danger. And we know that people do it over 100 times right now since the C thing started. Over 100 times. So that means that they never ever get into a relaxed state. So that means that anybody that is bought into the theory that once you have cancer, it's a death sentence, you're on your way out, baby. Because the reality is when a doctor tells you that you only have so long to live, or they've never been able to cure this, or this is incurable, that is only coming from his belief system, not mine, not yours. So understand that. It's all BS. We've all been programmed to go out and attack ourselves and each other with toxic therapies, toxic thoughts, toxic food. I mean, think about it. Think about people and the way that they are. The problem is this beautiful lady wants to forget because she was never able to go in and change her belief systems and love herself and get rid of toxic relationships, whether it's family, whether it's friends, okay, whether it's habits. Whatever she's doing, she was unable to do it because nobody gave her the tools or the strategies. And what the world did do is make her know that she's not enough. So if she's not enough, then she'll never remember enough. And what she does remember is how she struggled all her life, and she doesn't want to remember anymore. Take a look at her life, and I can prove it. Every woman, every man that gets dementia wants to forget because other people that get heavy metal poisoning, fungal problems, displaced calcium, scar tissue in their brain from inflaming their brain so much do not have dementia. And then everybody's going, okay, a gentleman, his name is John, he says to me, oh my God, Dr. Wolf, I don't have dementia, Alzheimer's, but I have short-term memory loss. And I said, John, no, you don't. You have anxiety all the time. And anybody that's stressed out on a continual basis will forget everything. When I have a stressed out day and I know I'm not in charge, I go home and I lose my glasses, I lose my carrying bag, I lose everything. You know what? I had 3 sets of sandals. I only have 1 set now, and they're over there. The other 2 sets are somewhere in the World Healing Training Center somewhere here, and God knows where.
Yep. I have a story about the changing the anxiety into excitement. So I've got a trip planned back to Alabama, so I was scheduling flights for Gad and Sarah and myself. And, the current world situation, I got a little bit anxious, I have to say. And I just told myself, I said, you know what, I'm not going to.
You're acting really peaceful and calm now. Everybody would think that you were married to Buddha. Just the way you're talking, so soft and sweet.
I love this.
I bet
You're like, who is
everybody
this
out
person?
there, I'm stressing people out, and you're calming them down.
That's right.
Yin yang.
Yin yang. We got this, Daryl, I'm telling you. So anyway, I just told myself, I said, I'm really more excited about this trip than I am anxious about it. And I said, just connect to your brave heart breathing and just own it and just live that dream. Because I'm going to get the things that I need to finish up a few things in Alabama and coming back to Ixtapa. And I'm going to raise these kids unadulterated. And I'm just saying, we just got to turn that anxiety into
she's
excitement.
She's not going to say raise anymore because they're not cattle.
That's right,
so
not raising.
What she's going to say is, I'm going to love these kids.
I'm going to love them completely.
I'm going to love these kids
and
because
myself.
I'm going
to love myself and then my kids.
I'm going to love myself unconditionally and shine that light on my kids. How's that?
I love it.
Is that better?
Absolutely.
And understand it. You know what? It's like, God, can you just stop correcting her? She's beautiful, for God's sake. I'm telling you that this is what I do. People, they come here to want me because your words matter.
They really do.
Your words matter.
I've always known that words do matter.
I want her to stop proving to her kids and her husband and everybody else that she's worthy. I want her to know that she's worthy right now. And that guess what? The rules that these fools gave us, okay, they said, here's the manual, and this is how you become the best mother in the world. Okay, and just know this, that nothing works in it, and nobody's ever been able to pull it off.
It's going to be a good day.
It is a good day.
It is a good day.
It's a good day. Okay, so anyway, so dementia. So if I had, if it was my mother or if it was my wife or my friend, and they had dementia, I'd get structured water right away.
And hot water.
And it would be hot water.
Mm-hmm.
And you know why? Because hot water cleans. And that's why, believe it or not, if you're worried about the C thing, all you got to do is just drink hot water all day. Drink a quart hot water in the morning, okay, and put some lemon in it, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and if you have some black diamond, put some of that in it too. And, you can kiss that butt goodbye fast.
Right.
Okay, so drink lots of hot water, and people with dementia, their bowels are clogged up. Don't believe me? Go to the bathroom with her. Get her on daily cleansing tea. Get her on black diamond.
What about that Alzagen? You recommend that?
No,
Or
you want to get her on
Merigen?
Merigen because it works just as well. Get her on Merigen. Merigen's the only product in the world that will actually decalcify the brain. Did you hear what I just said? Decalcify the brain. And it will actually go in and create over 120,000 hormonal and chemical processes every second. Okay, she's shutting down. Does nobody know that? Turn the lights back on. And the ionic calcium also turns on the P53 gene, which causes cancer cells to die. The ionic calcium also does about 95% of all the communication of all the cells, and that's why by the time you're 35 years old, it's not happening anymore because of blue light 5G. So we are not making ions anymore from our calcium. We're breaking down calcium from our bones, but we don't have the actual hormones to actually go in and actually extract the calcium ions from the calcium that we break. Did you know that your body, your bones are continually fracturing throughout your whole body? That fracturing is releasing metabolic calcium. That metabolic calcium, and then through hormones and chemicals, releases ions that are invisible that do, like I just said, 95% of all the communication in the human body. And guess what does the rest? Ions of iodine.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, those two are the most important things for messaging system in the body. So what do you think will happen to her? I'll tell you, if she was somebody I loved, like I just said, I'd get her on daily cleansing tea. I'd make blender drinks, fruit smoothies. And in those fruit smoothies, I would put black gold, and I would put strawberries and coconut milk, not almond milk. Most of it's toxic now. And I would do 2 smoothies a day, and I'd make her most delicious drink that she could drink. I put maybe a little bit of maple syrup or honey in, because people with Alzheimer's love sweet things because they never had enough sweetness in their life. That's why they have Alzheimer's. Ha, ha, ha. So also what I'd be doing is I'd be juicing and I would be juicing to get the vibration up. I would also give her daily cleansing tea, get the cork out, so that she's going at least 3 bowel movements a day. I'd do an Avicin if you could afford it. Avicin will increase the microcirculation in the human body by 67%, which is double to any other energy system in the world. And do you think that might be important, especially when the microcirculation is 74% of the circulation in the human body? And then I would also get her on C60. I hope you know with C60, it'll return your eyesight. It will. You'll get rid of your glasses eventually if you do it right. And I would also get her doing C60 4 times a day, the Marigin 4 times a day, the cleansing tea twice a day. I'd also get her on FiberClear, which is a proteolytic enzyme to go in and eat up all the trapped protein particles in the scar tissue in the flow of her brain. And we would hit this really hard. Okay, so all you got to do is hit this hard for about 6 weeks to 3 months, and you'll actually see a change in the person. I would get a consultation if I were you. Up until midnight tonight, it's $110, and that's lifetime support plus our Perfect Day Manual, which is 320 pages. It's the best health book in the world. It's 40 years of my experiences. It's got all kinds of things from diet to emotional, everything in it. Body talk, how to cleanse out this, do this at the least expensive way possible. I would be playing her favorite music when she fell in love, when she used to go dancing, when she had that smile on her face, and I'd play that music 24/7 to start sparking her brain that yes, there is love, there is happiness, there is joy. I would dance with her favorite dance. I'd take her to her favorite places. Okay, and understand this. I would teach her how to clap her neck, her face, her head, and if not, then I would try to get her to understand, and I would clap her head, get someone to love to clap her head or clap her jaw, get the stem cells going. Oh, there's so many other things. Okay, but understand, she's got heavy metal poisoning, she's got fungal problems, she's got displaced calcium and scar tissue. Those are the 4 things, and we can reverse them all. Now, the worse the Alzheimer's get, the deeper the hole, the deeper you're going to have to go, and it can get too far that you can't even do it. But understand something, you better get this. C60 is not just the top product for people that got the V, people who have the C, because it's 250 times stronger than vitamin C. But C60 will actually recondition the brain and actually rewrite over the damage of the brain the exact what was there but better, and rewrite a whole new highway right beside it. You think I'm kidding? No, I'm not. C60, check it out. And we have the best C60 in the world. We have the only humic fulvic in the world without heavy metals, and it's also nano. Go check it out. We have the only plant in the world that's actually been certified by the government. So you might want to check us out and then see if I'm right. Okay? What else do you want to talk about? Let's go back to just make sure we did the Alzheimer's thing properly.
Yep.
And
I just wanted to say something too.
Understand something, guys. When you're stressed, when you have guilt and shame, you'll have Alzheimer's. You'll have dementia. You'll want to forget. Okay, and just remember something. Let yourself off the hook. And who cares what other people think? That's the last thing I'm going to do. If I unconditionally, totally love myself, then what am I going to be giving to the world? You can't give what you're not. You give what you got. Okay? All right. So can dementia be reversed? Absolutely. Is there enough people around her that would support her to make sure that she does this routine for at least 3 to 6 months? Hardcore. And then are the family going to get tight with the finances? You better not. And then guess what? You know what everybody does when it's too late? Oh my God, I just wish I could do it. So, and even the person who's sick, you know, everybody, when you're sick, you feel like you're a burden to the family. You don't want to spend any more money. So what you got to say is, look, we got so much money here. What else would I do with it? I'm going to spend it on you. I love you. Just understand something. The greatest gift of my life is you getting well. And understand, I am counting on you to get well because my heart loves you. So understand, talk like that. Don't go around going, well, let's see if we can afford it. Really, seriously. That's what people do because everybody's got poverty consciousness. You know, hardly anybody's worth more than a $1.95. That's only $1.
Can I add to that just a little bit while we're talking about families and how they should speak to each other? Is I have some adult children in Alabama, And I want them to know that there are products that we're going to take that are going to help us to be well. And I want them to work on their own love. I want them to unconditionally love my older children that are in Alabama.
See, here's the deal. And please don't get me wrong.
I'm waiting.
Okay. Our children judge us because we judge them too dang long.
Absolutely.
And you know what? And let me tell you something. Did both parents?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
Guilty.
both parents know.
Yes.
Both parents know whether it's real or unreal, how they hurt their children.
Yep.
Did they go and get all the children in the same room and apologize and actually mean it? And then show over a duration of time that they held the line and they really did apologize because they didn't know better,
That's right.
but they want to apologize because that person's still hurt.
That's right. They are. They're very hurt.
Well-
And in my testimony, I said that I do apologize to my adult children, and I'm going to hold the line,
Yeah,
and
but
I'm
it
going
has
to be the light.
But it has to be both.
I know.
It has to be both. But it has to be both.
I know. I'm working on it.
My God, you touched me online. What am I going to do now? Okay, so
We're all
anyways.
good.
Okay, so it has to be both.
Yep.
And here's the deal. I'm going to tell you something. Okay. Did you ever know someone that was so peed off at you, and then you just said, I apologize. I didn't even mean to hurt you, but didn't understand that I was. And they said, oh, come on, give me a hug.
Absolutely.
Was that fast?
That's magic. I mean, I hate to say magic, but that is very.
Why do you hate to say magic?
Well, I mean, like magic,
Oh,
because
no,
it's a
please.
real thing.
Okay.
Well, you know what I mean.
That
Okay,
was
here
the
we
re-
go.
okay,
That
that
was
was the religion in her. Okay, I'll tell you what magic is. Seeing a shooting star.
Oh, that is
the
magic.
sun coming up.
You're right.
The
Okay.
sprouting of a plant.
All new
the
definition of
smile
magic.
a child.
You're right. All
Please,
new
don't
definition
bring that
of
stuff into
Nope,
this here.
magic.
Don't you bring that stuff in here.
I just mean it was real.
No, let me
Like, it
tell
was
you something.
real.
Well, guess what?
It's real.
Let's not bring that stuff in here.
Okay.
You know, yesterday I said, okay, I
Okay.
said this. Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Dr. Wolf, I was just getting to like you until you said the word vibration.
Oh, I love vibration.
But that's the same as, no, well, you do.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so now your belief systems allow you to like vibration. Your religion allows you, or your
It wasn't
belief sys-
religious, Daryl.
Well,
I
magic-
just meant I wanted it to be real, like
Well,
a
well,
real thing. And I guess,
okay,
like
well,
you
what
said,
magic is not real?
Well, just I mean, like like
What?
instant magic.
What's instant magic?
Like maybe when you say you can't heal people, you have to teach them to heal themselves. Same difference. I didn't mean
Well,
like,
that nobody goes around saying I create magic to healing people. That doesn't make.
Here we
okay.
go.
First of all, let me just say this. Okay, I think we get caught up in things,
absolutely.
and I
agree.
think you know what. What I'd like everyone to do is just look at what they're saying and what they believe in.
Yes.
Don't throw it out,
Okay.
but just ask yourself if it sounds logical.
Okay.
Why just run the program?
I know.
Okay.
That is so true.
No.
It is true, though.
Well, I'll tell you why I run the program, because 90% of your brain is your subconscious. So never, ever put yourself on the hook or feel guilty about anything. I wasn't trying to attack you on
Mm-hmm. No,
this.
you're good.
But what the heck? Can we just stop
We can
it?
be magical.
Enlightenment. Oh,
It
wow,
is.
Don't say that word, Daryl. Okay. Don't say vibration. Don't say frequency. Don't say magic. And
Well, I
only
didn't tell
say it
you
like
not to
this.
say
Don't
it.
say
I
it like that. You know, really? Okay. Is this what it's going to come to?
No.
Okay, there's 4,500 different religions, and if I were to buy into all of these, I'd want to get off this planet.
Well, I heard there's
serious.
like 10,000 now.
Is-
See, you're behind the times. There's 10,000 religions now. I'm just messing with you. Okay.
Help. Help. Okay, so I'm not picking on anything that anybody believes.
I
but
understand.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly
Let's
what you
just
mean.
what if we observed and we never judged again?
It would be beautiful.
And it doesn't mean that you have to buy into anything, but can we just
Make it easy.
Can we
That's
just
so
not
easy.
cut people off at the knees? Can we just like observe them and go, but look at their beautiful spirit, look at their soul, or look at how they're
Absolutely.
suffering, look at how they're struggling.
It is true.
compassion, learning to be patient with yourself, and learning that there are many different types of people on this planet, and loving the variety of it all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be really boring.
See that conversation about magic? It dropped it down by 30 people. No, not
Oh, I'm
because
so
of you.
sorry.
No,
don't be
it's
sorry.
because of me. It's because of me.
Oh.
Because of me talking like I did.
Oh.
Because most people believe that most magic is voodoo or the devil.
Well, it's just like witches. You know, I would have definitely been a witch in my previous life. Yeah, I would. I mean, they rocked it.
Yeah.
They were the healers.
Well, little does anybody know, but the
wrong
Salem
with
witch
it.
burning was all herbalists and homeopath women
Yes.
that actually had the community behind them, and they were teaching the community, and none of them were witches, and that's what they called witches back then.
That's right.
So you know what? It'd be great if you just knew your history.
Yep.
Yeah, and this person here, Julia, says, I believe in magic. I
believe in magic.
And the young hearts. I love that song.
It's a good
Okay,
song.
so anyway, so we're crazy today, but it's all
It's all
good.
right.
Let's just see if we can get serious again. You know, you really got to be serious about this life. And you know what? You should take your life serious, but you can't do it unless you have a smile on your face.
That's right.
Yeah, you really need that. How do you reverse POTS syndrome? I'm bedbound and constant dizziness. Well, first of all, you're going to have to change your belief system. And I guarantee you, if you want, let me see here. I don't have any of my phones here. If I had my phone, I'd tell you to call in. Can you go grab one of my phones from Sam? If you want to call in or text me, I'll tell you what, if you want to text me to my phone, 250-801-5893. Don't grab the red one, grab the silver one, okay? If you want to text me at 250-801-5893, we can talk about that, and I'll bring you on the phone. But the reality is before most people aren't going to like this. Again, we're probably going to lose more views, but that's okay. The reality is that before you ever become a victim in bed, or you become sick in bed, you are sick in the head, and you're not sick as sicko, but sick beliefs. Okay, create on an emotional level, we'll create it on a physical level. We could go in there and we could find beliefs that aren't yours, not yours. They're not yours, but they have actually weakened you on an emotional and physical level, all the way to the physical level. If we were to take a look at your bowel movements, take a look at your water intake, what kind of water, if we were to take a look at trying to bring up your vibration, your electrical energy in your body, to bring up the light in your body by getting you on proper juicing and whole plant-based foods, and getting you on some of the products. I mean, I carry the highest quality products, and people aren't going to like this, but it's high vibrational products. Because no matter what you eat or what you drink or what you take in a supplement, the whole physical part of it leaves the body through urination, sweating, or through a bowel movement. And the only thing that's left behind is not even the A, B, C, D, E, or the mineral. It's only the vibration that actually creates the solid body. Don't believe me in that, but that's science. Okay? So, no? Sam?
Sam went to lunch.
No, but they're all over there with Violetta.
I checked.
Did you ask Violetta?
She's on the phone.
Well, just grab them from her.
I checked in the desk.
Just ask her.
She
for them,
might be
please.
on it.
Okay. Anyways, so let's see here. Okay, first of all, we have people that come to us, okay? And there are people that come to us in wheelchairs, and they are so determined to regain not just the life they had, but a better life than they had. And then we have people here that come here and they can't give up their wheelchair. Yes or no?
That's spot on.
Okay. And the actual, and again, people aren't going to like this. Oh my gosh, I don't even know.
You can do it, Daryl. Come on. Just say it like it is.
So their power is the wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
Their power over people.
Absolutely.
Getting the attention that they never believed that they deserved because the husband didn't love them or the wife didn't love them or their parents didn't love them or they feel nobody loves them even if they did.
They don't love themselves, number one.
Yeah, but they don't know what that is.
Nope,
And it's not like it's their fault.
it's not.
There's no training out there, anybody. There's no training for this, but there is here. We train for it, don't we?
Yes.
You come and take the whole life coach course. If you really truly want change, you come and do it. And if you don't want change, don't come and take the course, right?
That's right.
Don't come and take the course.
If you're not serious, don't come.
Don't come here. Don't
Absolutely,
come here.
because it will change your life. If
Yeah.
you want to change your life. If you do not want, do not come.
And if you're coming also not to believe in that you should totally let yourself off the hook and that you need to become unconditional love for yourself and everyone else, then if that's not your goal, don't come here.
That's right.
Don't, because it's you're just going to struggle with it, you know.
And you hurt yourself and other people.
And we don't mind you coming and struggling, because even if you believe in what I just told you, you're still going to struggle with it,
Absolutely.
because you have to repeat something 10,000 times
That's right.
before your subconscious will even buy into it.
So
Do you
try-
notice how you desperately want change, but then when somebody tries to help you change, you...
Get pissed off.
There it is.
There it is.
Couldn't have said it better.
Oh.
Okay, let's see here. So I'm going to tell you something. Whether it's MS, Lou Gehrig's, Parkinson's, you can reverse it. Believe it or not, if you created an illness on an unconscious level, what could you do if you were conscious? I'll just leave that with you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you might think I'm being cocky. I'm not. I've just been doing this way too long, I think.
With the POTS and the dizziness, maybe the C60 would be a
Well,
good
first of
choice
all, you
too.
can't lay around
Nope.
and not become a swamp. So what is she doing to create circulation?
Oh.
What is she doing?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not moving circulation, and that's why I said Avicen is
Number
Avicen
one.
and a
Mhm.
Biotron light. Even if you're not getting out of bed, you're going to get your circulation going.
And you're getting some sunshine.
Yeah, and then you might want to get a big massage vibrator that vibrates your
Mhm,
bed, so that it vibrates you, so it moves things. Because you got to move things. Your lymph system. Okay, first of all, anybody that's bedridden, okay, their lymph system's not even moving.
Yep.
And if your lymph system's not moving, then you're
You have
getting
no
all swollen
immunity.
and stiff, and you're not pooping properly, so you're pooping into your pelvis. So now you're overworking your liver, and you're becoming really toxic. So I mean, we could keep going on and on. It's called the domino effect of unhealthy living. Well, I actually did a series, and it's called the domino effect of normal living, because what's normal is not healthy today, right?
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, if you want to call me, here's my phone. It's you can call me on WhatsApp at
Sure.
250-801-5893, and I told you I'd talk to you about that. Okay? And also, can we talk to Michael, please? That people can call in and they can be on a speaker so that we can hear it and we can talk to them. Let's get that set up, okay, Gad? All right, get that done right away as soon as we can. Let's get that set up. I used to have it in Kelowna. Let me see here. Kathleen, what about blood transfusions? The blood is not separated by V and
Unv.
UNV. I need to talk about this. Well, first of all, just make sure you don't need blood transfusions. You know, love yourself enough to make sure that you're not driving in a car with somebody that's abusive or doesn't love themselves, because they'll get in an accident.
Yes.
Make sure that you don't drink too much or smoke too much pot and fall down the stairs.
Just take
You know-
the C60.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just take a lot of it.
Yeah. C60 is, you know, I don't know if it's still in Parliament, but it was in Parliament. France was trying to make C60 illegal because of it, what it can do with the V symptoms and
Yeah.
also what it does with the C symptoms. So
Yeah.
just know that. Polly Dobbin, how do you address Lyme's disease? Oh, you're not going to like this one either. Oh, boy. You know, I've just done doing only the physical way about this. Let me tell you something. All of these things are viral. Viruses are not alive. They're waste products from the cells. And depending on the environment, and just know this, that I used to live in Nova Scotia, and I was bitten by ticks all the time. All the time. You know, and I will tell you that people that had Lyme's disease, they get Lyme's disease. Remember, you have a real strong immune system when you're happy and healthy. When you're depressed, how's your immune system? It's depressed.
Good.
Okay. So when you get depressed, you shut down your immune system. Just know that. So first you have anxiety. Anxiety, too much anxiety burns the brain. So the brain goes, I got to shut down. And then you get depressed and you go, what's wrong with you? I'm depressed. Why? I don't know. Well, because you had so much anxiety that your brain had to shut down. So now you're on drugs so that you don't hurt yourself or anyone else because you're so dangerous. And then you even get more depressed. Okay, so your immune system now is getting depressed even more. So take a look at people with Lyme's disease and find out what their relationship is with themselves and with their family and with the world prior to the disease.
Yep.
Take a look at their addictions. Take a look at what they do in their spare time. And I think you'll find your answer. So the reality is let's turn the swamp into a beautiful lake. Okay, what came first, the mosquito or the swamp? The swamp came first, then the mosquito. So let's not go after the virus, the waste product, because viruses aren't alive. You can't catch a virus. And nobody can come after me or shut my show down. Why don't you just go into a dictionary and read what a virus is? Nobody does it. I ask everybody, I go, did you ever look up what a virus is? Really look up what it is? No. And you let it rule your whole life and your family. Okay, got it. Okay. All right.
So I know a little girl, and she's about probably 12 or 13 years old, and she has Lyme's disease, but she was adopted and things. So I think it did start with the emotional. Like she was traumatized and she had some things.
You don't have a disease because you're at ease.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That which created the universe, source energy, we became source energy until our energy was drained. And our energy gets drained by the adulterated people around us that create belief systems that were unworthy. Okay, if you feel like you're a real sinner, are you going to heal? If you feel like you're a real failure, are you going to heal?
Agree. No.
Okay, so that's all about what? Oh, this is that vibration thing again.
Say nothing.
I know. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm just like
You're good. You're good.
So here, back to this vibration. And so, what does vibration mean? Vibration means energy. The more energy that somebody has, the healthier they are.
Absolutely.
So, do you think if they had more energy, their vibration would be higher?
Yes.
Do you think that they smiled more? That they
Yes.
might have drink better? They might eat better? They
Think
might
better.
talk better? They might even walk away from people that are toxic, and they go to places that are more higher life force. Don't want to say vibration. No, I know. I'm just trying to make a point here. How ridiculous we're getting.
Yes.
So, you see, human beings can be separated from each other with a word. One word can separate them.
Yes.
Right.
It's very powerful.
Okay. And one word said enough can heal you
Destroy.
or destroy you. And then guess what? What if you were a little girl and you were told something and it hurt you so much and you went to bed thinking it and you woke up with it in the morning, but you didn't want to talk about it because you didn't want to be what? In trouble.
Yes.
So then you kept thinking about how unworthy you are and you don't want to cause any trouble in the family. So then guess what? Because you're already trouble. I used to go to bed and bang my head at night. Every night to go to sleep. Because I knew that I was a burden for my family. When I was 10 years old, I had ulcerative colitis. That's bleeding. I wouldn't tell anyone. I remember this time I was walking on King Street in Kitchener where we lived in Ontario. And I buckled right in the middle of the street in a red light and I couldn't get up. Right? And then blood started coming into my pants. So, but I don't want to tell my parents because my parents were fighting all the time. So understand something. So understand, you don't get a disease if you're at ease. You don't get a disease if you're unconditional love for yourself. You know, I have people out there that will actually say on Facebook after I say this, they'll go, you'll get yours. Because you know what I say? I say that you'll never hear that I have a disease. You'll never see me sick. You might hear me have a little bit of a sniffle nose. Because guess what? Because Daryl went and partied.
That's right.
Daryl partied, okay? So I have to have a runny nose because this is the tap to get it out. Because that's what, every change of season, the more toxic you are, the more that you have to get rid of these infections. Okay, because if everybody really knew that a virus was actually a solvent, and it's to go in and break down the heavy metals and the chemicals that are man-made, because our bacteria and the fungus in us and the worms won't eat them because they'll get killed. They're not that stupid. Yeah. So there's 300 different solvents in the body that we call viruses that are like solvents or soaps to go in and clean out the garbage in our cells. So understand something. What if you thought you were unworthy? Do you think that might be toxic to you?
Yes.
What if you were unworthy? And what if your parents fed you dairy and gluten and they said, honey, you've been such a good girl. Let's go have ice cream that has 120 chemicals in it. Right?
Yeah, well, I grew up on a farm. So we would go down to my neighbor.
Yeah, but
and he'd like an old garden hose in the jug with the milk.
Yeah, I know, but the reality is
it's poison.
What?
It's just poison.
But I know, but it wasn't as much poison because it wasn't pasteurized.
Thank God.
It didn't have all the antibiotics in it. And people back then, they loved their cows like they loved their pets.
It was like the 80s. So.
It doesn't matter. But they weren't poisoned, were they?
No, I don't think so.
No, but the reality is and also, yeah, you know, the way things are treated or mistreated, the way they're treated or mistreated creates a vibration,
energy,
a frequency that you take in. I can give you an organic meal and sit down and argue with you at the supper table, and it'll be worse than going to McDonald's.
Acid. Yeah, it will.
If we went to McDonald's and I told you I love you, you're the
best
light of my
food you
life.
ever
We'd
ate.
both digest that meal and we'd be just like rocket shipping.
That's right. You're right. It's the truth.
Yeah, but what if we ate right, thought right, and loved each other right? Wow.
Magical.
Oh my. Okay.
I had to say it again.
Okay, all right.
You clear that up. It's magical.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
The perfect day.
So it's like, this is not like your regular show, like somebody says Lyme disease. Oh, Lyme disease, we're going to take 4 of these, and then we're going to take 9 of these. And I'm not telling you we won't do supplementation, but the reality is I'd be a fraud if I didn't make your emotions front and center. If I would be a fraud if I didn't tell you that you were programmed to kill yourself and your family.
It's crazy. It is.
Look at it this way. Come on. Human beings are the most intelligent species in the universe. Yeah. And guess what? We can't even get the chlorine fluoride out of the water. We can't get rid of the GMOs. We can't get rid of the glyphosate. Okay? All right? We can't get rid of the child abuse. Right?
Right.
Okay? I mean, we just can't get rid of anything, can we? And guess what? And this is all because what? Because what? Because these psycho tyrants have decided to come together and put their differences aside and strategize against 7 billion people and hog-tie us and feed off our suffering.
Absolutely. It's a huge, like the Energizer Bunny. I mean, you know, you just never get enough. They can't get enough. So they have to scare us to death so that we'll give off more energy.
We're going to keep on talking about unconditional love,
right.
one love, one law.
That's right.
We're going to talk about you holding the Braveheart line.
That's right.
Putting a love band on, going 3, 2, 1, I got this. Instead of going into anxiety, you go into excitement. Okay?
Yep.
Stop playing the programs. That would be the deal. Okay?
Be in the present moment is the most beautiful time.
But I will tell you,
maybe.
that I don't know if that's her or not. Do you think we should try?
We should try.
Okay.
Come on, we got to change.
Okay, 1 second here. Hi, this is Dr. Wolf.
Anxiety, you go into excitement.
Can you turn me off? I can't hear me twice. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Oh no, don't call me sir. Just call me Daryl. Don't do that.
Thank you, Daryl.
Yeah. How can I help
This is
you?
Sharon.
In the recent months, my hands have been getting numb, my fingers numb, with a burning sensation. Right, and it was certain times during the day. Now is, I'm going to say, 90% even day and night.
Yeah, but here's what happens, and I just want you to. I'm not cutting you off, but I'll let you say something, then I'll say something, and then we'll see how correct I am. Okay? First of all, you had a lot of you lived with a lot of anxiety in your life, a lot of stress.
True.
Then you might have gotten into a car accident or some accident that put it over the edge, but you were actually ready to pop anyway. Okay, so it was going to happen anyway. Now here's the deal: if I have a dam in the middle of my river, okay, everything coming down river, will it get piled up behind the dam? Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
True.
Now, if I put another dam in that river, will that slow the water? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you answer the question? If I put another dam, every dam I put in the river, will it slow the circulation of the water?
No.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. So for every dam, if I had 3 dams in the river, would the water go slower than if I had 1 dam? Think of a beaver dam where the water's still flowing through it. Now I'm going to put 3 of them. I'm trying to tell you that are you in bed right now?
No. No, I'm not.
Okay. So, but you're having, is it just your arms and your hands?
No, it's just my hand. It's just my fingers.
Oh, your fingers. Okay, so
Yes.
what we need to do
Inflammation.
is we need to take a look and go up to your shoulder area. And what we're going to do is work around C7. And then right here, coming out of C7 is called the brachial plexus. And right here, we've got to go in. And if you feel, you'll feel there's a big knot sitting right on the side of C7. And you'll feel that big knot, and it's putting here. And when you get stressed out with something, your hands go worse, don't they?
Yes.
Okay, so when you get stressed out, you go into fight, fright, flight. So it means you contract in the neck, you
Shoulders
contract in the shoulders, shoulders up, you cut the circulation off more. So we need to have a non-surgical therapist go in, work on your occiput, okay, work it and work around your C7, right here, that bump right here at the bottom of your neck. And then we've got to go in and work in your shoulders. And if we do that, right off the bat, your hands are going to get better. Now, if we go into your hands and we use Wolf non-surgical and we go in between, we do your palm, we do your wrist joint. We're not there yet. And then we go in between your fingers and we do your fingers and we go and we open up the fibers. We're going to get rid of the scar tissue. We're going to get rid of the displaced calcium. We're going to get rid of the crystallization. And we're going to turn, and you're going to have flexibility. If you were sitting here right now and I worked on your hand for 5 to 10 minutes, I would get rid of that problem. Now, that problem would come back if we didn't go in and work the wrist, work the elbow, because this is a bend in the river. So we've got to clear out the junk here, clear out the junk in the wrist, clear out the junk under the arm from wearing the bra all your life. Okay, we got to go in here, clean up the shoulder girdle, occiput in this area. I'm telling you, you'd have it back. Now, I'm going to ask you a couple questions.
Yes.
How much water did you drink today so far? Be honest about everything.
16 ounces,
And how much do you weigh?
approximately 80 pounds.
You're 180 pounds. And what's your height?
5
What?
5 feet.
You're 5 feet and 180 pounds. So that means that you are basically 70 pounds overweight. Now, 70 pounds overweight, okay, think about that. I'm going to take a 70-pound pack and put it on your back. Well, who can even carry that? I hope you know that every pound that you're overweight, okay, that's 4 extra pounds of pressure on your joints in your body. Now say that back to me. Okay, well, you've got 280 pounds worth of pressure on your knees. I bet your knees are giving you trouble.
Sometimes, but not all
Low
the time.
low back is giving you trouble.
Terrible.
That's right. And that's because you have no tone in your core. And your core is supposed to pick you off the floor, get you off the toilet, put you on the toilet, help you make love, get in the car, get out of the car, pick up your children, pick up the grandchildren, be able to do sports, be able to go bowling, be able to go dancing. So you don't do any of that. So now you've got no tone in your abdomen. Your large intestine is fallen down on top of your ovaries and your bladder and your uterus. How many bladder infections have you had?
Maybe one that I can remember.
Okay, how's your bowel movements? How many bowel movements do you have today?
One.
Right, and what time is it there?
Late today.
What time is it?
Right. Let me see. It's 2:10, 2:18.
Okay, so you should have had 3 bowel movements, okay, as an adult. 1 second. What did it look like? A little hard turd with cracks in it?
No, it was kind of loose.
Okay, so now understand something, everybody.
No.
Loose.
I had two bowel movements. Two.
Oh, okay, all right. If small?
No, the first one was kind of medium.
What's medium? How big was it? 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, or was it?
It was small pieces. Small pieces.
Small pieces. Okay, do you know why you have
Yes.
small pieces? That's called impaction. That's not constipation, that's impaction. Now the second one. How was the second one?
It was. It wasn't loose, but it wasn't in pieces. It wasn't diarrhea, but it was loose.
Yeah, it was like a cow plop, and that's showing that you're heavy and you've got heavy infection in there. Okay? Now, you said you drank 16 ounces today, right?
Just because I woke up at noon. Today's my day off at work, and I slept for 18 hours.
Okay, so know this. When you sleep for 18 hours, your body is, I want to say this properly so you don't take it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Your body's dying.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah, your body's dying. Okay, so here's the deal. And I'm going to be honest with everybody out there, so don't you dare even say anything on Facebook or anywhere else, and I mean it, or I'll block you. This lady here, if she doesn't come to us, she's got to go somewhere else. But if she were to come to us for 3 months, she would probably spend around $15,000, which is nothing for 3 months. Most places you go, you can go away for 3 weeks and you'll spend $20,000 when you're in this situation. And we're going to send her home healthy, a brand new woman. The reality is she needs to come and take my whole life coach course because, and you don't have to state your name or anything, sweetheart. Please just, keep it to yourself. But the reality is she doesn't know what love is. She does not love herself. She's eating herself to death. She wants something to live for, but she hasn't got anything to live for. And when you're in this much pain and suffering, you probably will eat yourself to death and you just want it to end. And you're not going to tell anybody, but she's already been thinking about how she needs this to be, this has got to end. It's got to end one way or the other. It's bloody well got to end. And understand something. You can't have 80 pounds, 70 to 80 pounds worth of weight and not have been physically or sexually abused in your life. That's an evident thing. And emotionally abused, holy crap. Okay? And then what happens is when you get this emotional abuse program going, that you do it to yourself, you welcome it in and you don't even know it. You welcome in toxic people. They don't treat you properly. They walk all over you because you can't hold the line, because it's all about vibration. We attract what we are, and we don't even know what we are until sometimes we've gone too far. And that's the God's truth. So I'm going to tell you something right now, everyone. Did you ever notice how people never get better? They don't. They really don't. Unless they're going to take massive personal action and go get out of their environment. If she doesn't get out of that bedroom, if she doesn't get out of that job that's killing her, I don't even need to know what it is. Okay, if she doesn't get away from the friends and the so-called family that have no answers for her and that are probably even toxic to her life, and they love her all the same and they're doing their best, But if she doesn't get out of there and go someplace where the sun is shining, she can go do a sand glow on the beach, where she can walk on the beach, where she can eat whole plant-based foods, where she can drink the best nectar. We don't juice here. We nectarize, and we create vegetable juices without any type of blending or grinding. We do it. They're the highest vibrational juices ever. If she came here and she did that, and then she did an advanced water fast with us here, and then she allowed us to go into her joints in her back, her spine, her hips, her ankles, her knees, and we were to go in there and lovingly take apart the scar tissue, and we were to get her to go on ionic calcium therapy and get the calcium back into her bones, she'd be a new woman. Now, here's the deal. Is she worth it? Probably not. Probably not. How could you be? How could you be worth it? You've never been worth it. You're not worth loving. Who in the hell would want to love you? And this is all BS, a dysfunctional belief system. She got it when she was a little child. If we were to go into her childhood, we could find these stumbling blocks and these stories that she told herself when she was a little girl, and today she's still running the same programs. I would have been running the same programs if I wouldn't have been selfish enough to say, I don't want to live on this planet if I have to live like this. And that's the way I was 25 years ago. And I wasn't thinking of suicide. I just said, this isn't going to go on anymore. And this is why I did what I did, and I put this together. And this is why my protocols are only for 1 out of 10,000 people. The other 9,999 people, they're already on their way. They're part of the herd. They're on their way to the butchers. You know, they're trying to numb themselves out with drugs until the drugs numb out their pain, their inflammation. And then they become one big ball of scar tissue. And whatever goes first, whether it's the hip, the knee, or the spine, okay, then they'll go and they'll get that chunk of scar tissue taken out the bone. They'll get maybe an implant, or they'll get maybe a stent, or they'll get some mesh put into them. None of this had to happen. So the reality is, she can start off with a consultation, but I'll tell you, are you married?
No.
Or do you live alone?
No, I'm not. No, I don't live alone.
Who do you live with?
My father and my ex-husband.
Wow. Wow. And your father? How's your relationship with your father?
It's okay. Right now it's okay.
Right now it's okay. So, in other words, she needs to move out. And we already know how good her relationship is with her ex-husband. Okay? It's not good at all. So when you keep on going through life and saying, this is as good as it gets, and this is all I deserve, there'll be nothing left of you. And understand something, and everybody, and you need to get this, and it doesn't matter what you think of me, but if we were to get her to do one love, one law, unconditional love for herself. Now, how's she going to do it? Living with an ex-husband and a father that she gets along with sometimes. Because these guys aren't changing. They're male dominant. They're stuck in their ways. And you know what? She's a feminine woman that wants to fly again. First, love yourself. Is she going to do it there? No. So how does she get the bravery to say, I'm going to break away from this. I'm walking away from this. I'm going to leave this life behind. Because if she doesn't, this life is going to take her down. I'm going to leave this life behind. I'm going to Mexico. So now if she came to Mexico, let's just say she did, she would have some struggling time. It would take her, honest to God, everybody, 3 months minimum to 6 months being here. If we were going to turn around her belief systems enough that she could hold the line when she comes in front of these family members again, because guess what? What are they going to do when she loses 70 pounds? What are they going to do when she says to them, I love you, but don't ever talk to me like that again. And no, I'm not going to live with you. I'm living by myself, and I'm going to find someone that will love, honor, and respect me as I've learned how to do for myself for the first time that I can remember in my life. And understand something. I won't be calling or visiting anymore either. So understand something. You don't have a good relationship with anybody because you get the relationship that you have with yourself with everyone else. But it's not your relationship that you have with yourself. The relationship that you have with yourself is the one that you were given when you were a child usually. And because when you're a child from 0 to 7, you have no filters. So depending on how abusive the people are around you on an emotional and physical level, that's exactly what you're going to be doing to yourself when you, well, why do you think by the time you're a teenager, you know, you have got 12 children. So by the time your kids are teenagers, they're looking for a new family, aren't they?
Absolutely.
And they're saying, you get out of here.
That's right.
Because we didn't know, me and you, that we gave them unconditional love and then we gave them all these conditions. Because we didn't love ourselves.
It's so
and we
true.
said, if you don't love us the way we want to be loved, and then we also said to our children, you better respect me. And we never deserved respect, did we?
No.
No, not when we wake up, we don't. You didn't deserve respect.
Nope.
We did not. Adults do not deserve to be respected by their children. Adults need to respect their children. Because every time I've ever done a consult on a child, guess what? The child, I said, go play. We're going to be with mommy and daddy for the next few weeks. Seriously. Because guess what? We are programmed as adults to be adulterated and not notice it because everybody else is. Yeah. And you know what? You respect your elders. That gets thrown out the door with me.
Yeah.
Nobody gets respected. I respect everybody no matter what the age.
You have to earn respect.
Yeah, and I don't want people calling me sir. I don't want them calling me Dr. Wolf when they're here. They call me Daryl. We're equal playing ground. No more of the status symbol thing. Yeah. I use Dr. Wolf because people have an idea that maybe I know something, maybe a little bit. So the reality is, sweetheart, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to get well if you don't get out of hell. And that hell is in your mind. And the reality is you're not going to change until you get out, until you change your environment. So people say that the most important environment's in here, but this won't change until you change the environment out here. You got to leave. Do you think you would have made changes if you stayed in Alabama?
Oh, no. I would not be in a very good place in my mind if I would have stayed in Alabama.
No, because you need like-minded people that have already forged the way. And that's where I want to be. I want to be over there.
Yes.
Well, if you want to be over there, then you better get there.
No matter what.
You can't.
Your life depends on it.
Yeah, your life. You can't stay. You can't. Okay. Okay, how am I going to say this? Your environment's not going to change internally if your environment doesn't change externally. Mm-hmm. And then your environment's not going to change internally unless you're around a bunch of people that are going to hold the line while they're talking to you. Because we know right now that you don't eat right. And don't give me the 16 ounces, okay? Because you should have already drank at least 40 ounces of hot water in this condition to start moving
Hot
things
water.
through.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yes, hot water.
Hot water?
Well,
Yes.
what cleans the house better, hot water or cold water?
It was room temperature, but I understand that you're saying hot water. Then
That's right.
water.
And hot water gets rid of all viruses, and there's no such thing as a virus. It's just contaminants from you cleaning your cells. So everybody's worried about that. They're not worried about bacteria. But don't worry. They'll give us a chance to worry about bacteria. With the new bacteria they're going to unleash, supposedly, that will eat everybody's face off. And then we can all worry about bacteria. And then we'll worry about the big 10-foot worm that's been unleashed on us. You know what? Let me tell you something. Start loving yourself. Start making wise decisions. Start pushing yourself to do beautiful things for yourself. And do not let anybody disrespect you again. And understand something. You have to come from a place of poverty consciousness to live with your ex-husband and your father that sometimes you get along with. It says that the video's frozen, guys. Did you hear me? Gad?
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Gad? Please watch. The video's frozen.
We're getting it.
Can you hear me? Can you turn?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you
see
turn
your
up?
video?
Turn up your phone or whatever, and tell me if you can still hear my voice.
Video is paused. Zero
I can
friends
hear.
dropped.
What?
There's no friends dropped. Everything should be online. Everything's online.
No, but the video's.
We can see it right here on the
But it's
phone.
frozen.
Yeah, I know.
Give it a few seconds.
They might have froze it because I said something.
I can hear you.
It's
Huh?
I can hear you. I
Okay.
can hear you, and I can can see you.
On the
I
video?
was mute
Yes.
my laptop.
Okay, so you can still see us, but we're frozen, but you can hear my voice?
You are not frozen.
Yay.
Okay, we're not frozen?
It's just your phone.
No, you're
Oh.
not frozen.
Okay, all right. Thank you, sweetie. Okay. Anyway, so tell me what you think about what I said. How's that?
You are right on. You are right on.
So
I
here's,
just eat to have my belly full. I don't.
Eat for life.
I don't eat to get nutrients to my body.
right.
And I don't give time to myself. I help others before me. And that's how, unfortunately, I'm following what my mom did, and my mom is no longer with us. And I understand that if I want to stay longer on earth, I need to change and take care of
Right.
myself and love myself.
So can you do me a favor? Can you check the Facebook again? It says that,
Yeah, you just checked it.
well, come here, please. Gad, can you please make sure you get on top of this? Because I can't tell if we're online or offline right now.
I'm watching you on YouTube.
Oh, but this is Facebook. Okay.
Go off and come back on.
Okay. So everybody, we're going to